You're welcome to another edition of Sports Update. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in AYOGEN TV. We are located at Akijagunla. While our viewers at home, I still remain your able small boy Adewuse Abiboladeji. Another beautiful edition of Sport Updates. We'll be talking ranging from African Cup of Nations down to the English Premier League, La Liga, Spanish La Liga. We will be talking. Here with me, it's my beautiful analyst is on board today again. Introduce yourself to the house.
All right, my name is Tolulope Emmanuel.
Tolulope Emmanuel, it's nice to have you on board today again.
Thank you, HP, for having me on another edition.
Nations Cup has commenced. Majority of teams have actually played their second matches. And Cameroon is through to the round of 16. Same with Morocco. They are all through to the round of 16. And the competition has actually takes a new turn. And let's just take a look from Group A. Cameroon, we have Burkina Faso, we have Cape Verde, we have Ethiopia. Cameroon 6 points, Burkina Faso 3 points, Cape Verde 3 points. Ethiopia is in the relegation zone 0 point with a -5 goals. And you know, in the next match, there's nothing for Ethiopia to gain again because Ethiopia will be playing against Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso already at 3 points, and Cameroon is through to the round of 16 already with 6 points. So they are playing against Cape Verde.
Yeah, good to be here once again, and considering this present AFCON, just like we said a few days ago, whereby every of our group stages, group matches have been ending in one goal. But thanks to the second round of matches now being played, we've been seeing a lot of goals, starting with Cameroon, who had 4 goals in their last match, which happens to be the second group match, as well as there was a game that also ended 2-1. I think that should be Cameroon or thereabouts.
Cameroon against Burkina Faso, their first match is 2-1.
Yes.
But yesterday, Malawi played 2-1 against Zimbabwe.
That's what I'm saying. Malawi, Zimbabwe. So, for the fact that Cameroon had through to the group round of 16, I think it's laudable, and they've taken their chances.
Being an host country.
Though you might be an host sometimes and not given what is expected, but I think Cameroon has always been one of the best teams on the African soil, and they've proven that yes, they are the real hosts and the home advantage is on their side. So whenever it comes to competitions like this, you have to take your chances as they come, and that's what Cameroon have done. They've really proven that yes, they are still forced to be reckoned with when it comes to AFCON. Yes. Then, which other team did you say that?
Burkina Faso, okay, yes. 3 points. We have Burkina Faso and Cape Verde on same with 3 points.
You see, left to me, I would have given it to Burkina Faso, but in recent time, Cape Verde has been difficult.
Another team
for team. You can. I think there was a time they played against Nigeria, and we find it difficult
to beat them,
to defeat them. But nonetheless, it all depends on the manager and the players that have been fielded. So it depends on what they are able to give at one point or the other. So congratulations to Cameroon for going through to the next stage. And but that group, I mean the Group A, is still open to any of the 3 sides. The Ethiopia 0 points or goal deficit does not mean they cannot go through to. Who knows if they win their 2 other matches or thereabouts. So that group is still open to either of the side. Though automatically we can say Cameroon is through already, but the likes of Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, and Ethiopia, any of them can still advance to the next stage. So that's it.
Now, Cameroon is playing against Cape Verde. Cape Verde at 3 points, Cameroon at 6 points. Do you see Cameroon relaxing in their next match? Like, okay, let's give this to Cape Verde so Cape Verde can have a 3 point, making it 6 points. and Ethiopia doesn't have anything to lose. Burkina Faso actually needs to win against Ethiopia. So do you see Cameroon just relaxing for Cape Verde?
For me, I don't see any reason why they should relax their game, because it will be a moral booster if they can go ahead winning all 3 matches in the group stage, like advancing with 9 points. And for Cape Verde, I think since Cameroon are already emerged and through to the next stage, they will want to give their best. That's okay. We want to play alongside, advance alongside Cameroon to the next round. So Cape Verde will want to give their best when it comes to this next group match against Cameroon. But nonetheless, I'm seeing a draw in this game. I'm seeing a draw.
A draw probably in this game. So Toluloko is actually giving a draw to Cameroon against Cape Verde. Let's quickly take a look at Group B. We have Senegal, we have Guinea, we have Malawi, we have Zimbabwe. This group has actually been competitive though so far. Senegal is actually on 4 points. Guinea is also on 4 points, Malawi on 3 points, and Zimbabwe on 0 points. Now it is Zimbabwe against Guinea. Zimbabwe has 0 points, and Guinea has 4 points. And Malawi actually need this match. They need 6 points. Same with Senegal, they need 3 points to advance to the round of 16. So it has actually been competitive so far. We've not been seeing much of the Senegal's team, because actually they played 1-0 against Zimbabwe, and it was even a spot kick.
Thanks to their this Liverpool guy,
prolific striker Sadio Mane.
Okay, I think, like I said earlier, a game like this or tournament like this, you have to take your chances as they come. So for Senegal to advance, and since they know what is at stake, and considering the points in their group, what they need to do now is take this match with every seriousness and give their best. And what the desired results will be, it's on their hand. Let me put it that way. It's with them now. They are the decider for this match, for them to be able to advance. And which other team do we have?
We have Malawi, Zimbabwe. And yesterday it was a really interesting match, because Zimbabwe is the one leading Malawi with 1 goal to 0.
I think Malawi should be able to advance, even not minding Senegal.
Senegal, despite the fact that they are playing against Senegal.
If Senegal should
take the match with just the levity hand.
So I think I see Malawi topping that group and advancing without stress, and probably Senegal will come behind them.
Okay, Group C, we have Morocco, we have Gabon, and we have Ghana, we have Comoros. Ghana, Cameroon, Ghana and Morocco and Gabon, they have always been one of the finest teams when it comes to African Cup of Nations. But this time around, Morocco is through to the round of 16s. Ghana with 4 points. Gabon with 4 points. And Ghana had 1 point, and Comoros with just 0 points. So now Gabon is playing against Morocco. Gabon 4 points, Morocco 6 points. Ghana with 1 point playing against Comoros. You see, it was actually interesting.
Seriously, this AFCON, like I've said, it's one of the finest game I've seen.
Is actually not an European competition. All these small teams,
those lowly rated teams,
they might if it is European Championship, you could have seen 4-0, 5-0, but when it comes to African Cup of Nations, the goal margin is slim.
You have to take your chances,
and you cannot just write any team off.
Well, I think Ghana scored first yesterday in their match against Gabon.
Yesterday, and Gabon actually equalized.
Gabon had to, because they know what they are doing. Let me put it that way. They have the foresight that yes, this is what we need, and this is what we want. So if probably the match had been extended further, I can see
Gabon could win. And actually, something actually happened during the course of the match yesterday. There was an uproar after the final whistle. Yes. There was a fight between the two teams. And this thing has actually becoming a norms in African football, although it usually happens in football
Europe,
world,
of course, yeah.
in general. But commonly in Africa, even at our different local leagues, we have a dispute after final whistle, or probably during the course of play. What measures do you think they should put in place to stop all these anomalies?
Of course, there have always been measured before now, but probably we've been too lenient. I mean, CAF on its own had been lenient
as a whole.
Probably when we begin to hammer this team heavily, they will have senses. What do I mean? Give them fine or ban them for a couple of years.
I think fine has actually been one of the things that is actually bringing this issue up again. Because if I was fine, I would probably get the money.
You'll be able to pay.
But if you are banned, or even if you are banned from partaking in AFCON for probably 4 years, then
editions.
I think majority of the team will have to take
compose yourself and come with and again, after that fight, the referee also made a mistake. The guy that started the fight was able to escape, so
without being punished, which is not supposed to be.
The referee thought the guy he red carded was the one that caused it.
I think a scenario like that happens in a match between Chelsea and Arsenal.
Of course, that was Gibbs. That season. So the same thing happened yesterday. You cannot identify the guy that caused this fight, and you give another person.
Okay, now is it the most a referee must red carded an individual, in as much as you couldn't recollect the scenario again?
That was the end of the match. The game had ended already before he issued the red card. So for you to be a referee, you have to, thank God these guys have names, and if you can't identify them, you can still go to your TV,
check the VAR.
So I think we still need to do much about our officiating.
So that means the CAF still needs to reorientate their officials. Let's take a quick look at Group D, where our own darling Super Eagles is. Today we are going to play our second match against Sudan this evening. So we have Nigeria taking the first lead with 3 points. We have Guinea-Bissau with 1, Sudan with 1 point, and Egypt has 0 point. Now Nigeria is taking Sudan, and a lot of things have actually come up. We have a former Super Eagles coach, Amonike, has actually said that our Super Eagles must tread with cautions when they are playing Sudan this evening. Likewise, Alex Iwobi has actually issues tough that at this match they must actually win this match, and they must take it as if they are playing against Egypt. Yesterday, Austin Aguafon, when he was addressing the press, he also said that they are going to play all their matches as if they are playing final. So now the Eagles are talking tough. Should we just say it is game mind, like we've known Jose Mourinho to that style of play? Just be talking tough the moment they just to kill down the morale of the opponent. So the moment they go onto the field of play, it's another thing entirely.
Well, I'll go back memory lane a bit. I think in the why Super Eagles were making their debuts in the CAF, their first 2 round of matches was against Egypt and Sudan, and those first 2 matches they lost them. They lost to Egypt in the first match, likewise to Sudan. And Sudan has always been given the Super Eagles a tough time, though in recent times it's been able to have edge over them. And thank God for the crop of players, guys we have in the team now. These guys are vast and they know what they are doing. They're good in their profession. So I think Sudan should not be a problem, though. Their manager earlier in the week, the manager said Super Eagles is going to defeat them. But later on in the week, he also came again that no, they are going to give their best. That they if possible, they are going to defeat the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But like Amonike have said, when you are playing against such side, you have to be cautious, because any slim mistakes can cost you in the game, and you never can tell just like we in the first round of matches, whereby it's always been one goal, one goal, one goal. The same thing can happen in this second round also. If care is not taking, Sudan scored earlier, that might end the game. But Super Eagles must be careful whenever as they're playing against Sudan today, and considering Guinea playing against Egypt also. I see Egypt defeating Guinea, and that will make that group more tighter. So
and
you have to sit
and
up,
actually more interesting
more
again.
interesting. Though I still see Sudan proving something against Super Eagles of Nigeria today, but nonetheless, the better side will win the game. Which, for on my patriotic mind, I'll go for Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Okay, let's take a look at Group E. We have Ivory Coast, we have Algeria, we have Sierra Leone, and we have Equatorial Guinea this time around. And Ivory Coast is actually taking the lead. 3 points. They defeat Equatorial Guinea by 1-0. And we could see they have a lot of talented players in that team. They have Wilfred Zaha, Nicolas Pepes, and the likes. And Algeria, they played draw, goalless draw against Sierra Leone. And when they have this profiling striker playing for Manchester City,
that game, when the game ended in a draw, Sierra Leone, the way if you see
they celebrate as if they won African Cup of Nations,
because that was their first. I think their last edition they played was about 36 years ago.
Exactly.
So for them to have
played against defending champion,
the number one ranked team in Africa, and the defending champion. So it's a moral booster for them that yes, we really have places to go in this tournament. So considering that group, I also see Ivory Coast and Algeria
taking up.
Yes.
Group F, we have Mali, we have Gambia, we have Tunisia and Mauritania. This group is so interesting. Mali with 3 points, Gambia with 3 points, Tunisia with 0 points, same with Mauritania. Now those with 3 points were playing those with 0 points. So it's an interesting group this time around.
So Tunisia having 0 points. I don't think they will lose this second match, because whenever it comes to these Northern African teams, they are always desperate. They are, I think I see them better off than any other sides in Africa.
In Africa,
yes. I'm always scared of these guys whenever they are playing, because they are brilliant, and they take a game one after the other. So they always give their best to any game or matches that have been played. So I see, not minding the points the other team
Tunisia with 0 points, Mauritania with 0 points. Very interesting before the end of the match.
Yes.
Before the end of the group. Okay, let's quickly take a look at some of the happenings in the European Championship. Tolulope, we've been actually discussing about the Nations Cup, Super Eagles, and the like. So we are taking our next flight to Europe now. Yesterday, Raheem Sterling won the Premier League Player of the Month, same with Pep Guardiola's. So far, so good. They won 7 matches, 24 goals, and probably 4 clean sheets so far. Raheem Sterling, this time around, won the Premier League Player of the Month, same with his coach, Pep Guardiola. Manchester City is doing wonderfully well this time around.
Of course, you can always give it to Manchester City any day, any time. And Raheem Sterling, left to me, when the season started, I thought this would be the last season for this guy at Etihad Stadium.
Etihad Stadium.
And that is why he's been pushing. Okay, that when I leave this team, you're going to miss me. Probably
he's trying to write his name on the hearts of every Manchester City fan.
I see there was a turnaround a few days ago that he's no longer leaving the Etihad, that he's going to stay back. But for what he has done, I think he has been able to up his game, and he's playing Marshall this time around. Though he still have a lot of chances that he missed at some point, but nonetheless, this guy is really doing well. Okay. You want to talk of Gabriel Martinelli or the likes that both were nominated for this award.
Same with Martin Odegaard and the likes.
Of course, those guys proved to play very well, but let's give it to
Raheem Sterling. What of Pep Guardiola?
Then Pep Guardiola defeating his
has actually shown that he's a profiling good coach.
He's a masterclass, and this guy is brilliant, very, very brilliant. So he can dictate the game as they can. So whenever he sees a game is not in his favor, he knows how to maneuver things and bring out the same thing he did against Arsenal in their first match this year. Okay, I think it was on
not him. It was
Arteta.
So,
the same thing he did against Arsenal in their first match this year. He read the game, and before you know it,
done things
around in his favor. So Guardiola has always been. We are going to miss this guy whenever he leaves England.
Let's on the last before you leave this segment, let's quickly talk about Arsenal against Spurs. Arsenal has actually been calling that the game should be postponed due to COVID and the likes. What's your take? And you played against Liverpool just of recent, and it was a goalless draw, despite the fact that Granit Xhaka was red carded
in the 24th
minute. Same Cedric had injury also. So now, while is Arsenal calling for cancellation of matches against their London rivals, and which is actually London derby, one of the matches they used to enjoy most in London?
For Arsenal to have requested for postponement in game, I don't see it as bad, because I think Manchester City, Liverpool, Leicester, they've taken advantage of this postponement at one time or the other, especially
same with Liverpool.
Yes, it's had been a plus on their side for a game to have been. So why the team is requesting for a postponement is to, don't forget, Arsenal side is short of players at this moment, especially in the midfield. And now that Granit Xhaka has been is off, he won't be able to play. So we are in short of players in that midfield. So, and that could work against the team. So Spurs, at this point,
even the coach of Spurs, Antonio Conte, found out that act that why should the match be postponed.
That's where I'm going. This guy is a brilliant manager that if you make any mistake, he's going to take that advantage against you. So probably Arteta has read the game that if we
finish this match, there might be a chance of the Spurs and Spurs taking the lead.
There's always been this debate whenever it comes to London derby. That's
who wants the London?
It's red, it's white, and this and that. But I still see.
Okay, our time is fast spent on this segment. Let's take a look at the early kickoff match we are going to have in the English Premier League today. We are having Manchester City hosting Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium. Just in one word, what's your comment about that match?
Both managers are brilliant, Thomas Tuchel and Pep Guardiola, and both sides are in their best now. Thank God Chelsea is coming back gradually.
But Chelsea is struck with another injury. There is no Ben Chilwell, there's no Reece James, there's no Chalobah, there's no Andres Christensen this time around.
Even at that, I still see Chelsea proving a point in this game, in this match. Yes, they can still prove that, yes, we can do it.
Tolu Loko is actually giving it up to Chelsea that they can still prove a point against Manchester City in the early kickoff match today. I would like to take a break and zip up some coffee, and then I bring in my second analyst. Stay tuned, we are still on Sports Updates. Welcome back on board to Sports Updates again on AYOGEN TV. We are located at Akin Jagola. Here with me in studio is another analyst with me, David. Just say hi to our viewers at home.
Thank you very much, Adri, for having me on the program today. It's really a pleasure to be here.
David is really looking nice, probably thinking Chelsea will defeat Manchester City today.
It's not only football. It's not.
Okay, let's take it up from African Cup of Nations. Okay. Super Eagles of Nigeria, our own darling Super Eagles is taking up the Sudanese today. What's your take on that match?
Looking from what they played against Egypt last time, we'll see that they were actually outstanding so far during the game. And I believe if they take that spirit into the game today against Sudan, I think they're going to put something better off. And I'm going to refer to Amoneke, giving them a serious warning that they shouldn't sit back, because I think the last time I came here, I was saying Sudan might be an underdog for them if care is not taken. But probably if
David, this time around, Austin Aguafon is not taking the match at all likely with the team. He said all their matches will be played as if they are playing final.
Yes, that's what we should actually expect from him. That's what we expect him to say, actually.
As a coach?
Yes, as a coach, because AFCON is not a game whereby, a competition whereby you can just write off any team anyhow. Sudan too, I don't think they just came there to play or maybe to sell something.
Any team can upset any team.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Sudan might be an underdog today for Nigeria, and probably if Nigeria are much more serious than Sudan, I'm very, very sure they're going to win the game.
A majority of their players, majority of the Super Eagles players are actually calling for Austin Aguafon to make use of 4-2-3-1 formations today. That they love to play with 4-2-3-1 formations. Is it acceptable for a players to be telling coach the duty that should be made when it comes to competition?
Talking about that, it's not in the rightful place of players to decide for coach whatever he should use. The coach ought to be independent enough in choosing whatever formation he likes, most especially dictating the type of team they want to play against. And we can see also that the Super Eagles team is just full of individual players whereby they believe in individual capability. And probably if the coach isn't if he's not going to stoop so low up to the level of the players and thinking like the players are, yes, he should be able to be independent to pick whatever I want to pick against Sudan and try and win the game.
David, in our last match against Egypt, we could see that our back line is actually good. But presently now, one of our defender, Kenneth Omoru, is yet to be satisfied what I will play today. But up front, we are having issues. Should we still have the belief that the coach might have done a miracle today just to make sure that the forward lines actually live up to the expectation today? Because if we play with the likes of Cameroon, because Cameroon teams are more of teams who are capable of upsetting anybody. Same with Morocco. So if peradventure we meet with, and if Kate is not taken, we are in Group C. Yes. We are in Group D rather. Morocco is in Group C. If probably we play second, we are facing Morocco. So now our forward line is not up to expectation. Is it because there is no Victor Osimhen? Is it because there is no Emmanuel Dennis or Odion Igalo? What's the problem with the Super Eagles front line?
I won't actually say there's a problem there. But if you could recall the last time we talked about this, I said there need to be proper teamwork. It shouldn't be individual players. If you look at this set of players, Awoniyi, Iheanacho, Moses Simon, they are playing perfectly. I don't mean they are not playing perfectly in their leagues. You would have caught up to them. I said it last time, they need to work together as three good attackers to be able to pull off anything in the front. If they work together as a team, instead of them being individualistic, I think they are going to work alongside with their midfielders, and I'm very, very sure they're going to be different from the way they did against Egypt today.
Okay, let's take a look at we are taking a flight to Europe now because time is not on our side. Yesterday, Raheem Sterling was crowned the best player in the English Premier League for December month. Same with Pep Guardiola. and your team is actually playing against this team today.
Talking about Sterling, I've actually said this guy is a fantastic player. All true, he's not a kind of player like Messi, like Ronaldo, like Neymar. He's not a kind of player that can be on the top of his game all through his life. Form matters a lot. When you play, sometimes you be in your best form, sometimes you come down. Look at Bernardo Silva also. He was actually not up to the best. But look at this season, it was also good. So coming to Raheem Sterling, I think he actually deserved, because he really, really made an huge impact in Manchester City toward that December, toward the end of last year so far. And Pep Guardiola also, if I'm going to pick my best coach, my best three coaches, I'm going to say Pep Guardiola is going to be in the top 10, because he has actually been outstanding so far since when he has been in Barcelona, Bayern Munich, coming to England again. This man actually deserves to be, because you can't. Someone was saying it, said this man can use like 4 formations in a game, if I'm to be correct. He has actually been an outstanding coach so far, especially the type of players he has, the way he uses them, compared to Manchester United, Ralph Ragnick and the likes. He actually deserved it better, and let's just hope he continues the way he's doing.
Okay, let's take a look at some important updates in the transfer window. Haaland, Dortmund striker, has actually said some words that his team has actually given him some ultimatum to talk whether he's staying or leaving. Should Haaland leave Dortmund or stay in Dortmund?
Talking about Haaland, personally, I'm not too happy with him, because he has actually been proving himself as an indispensable player. As if Dortmund doesn't have him, Dortmund are not going to move forward. Players shouldn't be like that. It's not even senior player that play better than him, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't think he even acts like that. Look at the last summer also, he gave Dortmund real issue coming to transfer. He not talking maybe he's going to go or coming back or staying or going to Madrid or going to Chelsea, and he has started proving that again. Definitely, I think that's the best thing for Dortmund, to just give him ultimatum. Just speak out your mind. If you are staying, if you are here with us, just come out and say you are here with us. If you are going, just go and let us look for another person who's going to substitute you. Maybe if he talks Dortmund, the earlier the better. Dortmund is going to be looking for another set of players going to replace him and perform well also. Haaland has been a wonderful striker. He has been scoring goals, and he's just 21 or 22. So if he continues,
if the club is telling him to make decisions, that shows the club is actually not interested in Haaland anymore.
It's not safe. It's not as if the club isn't interested in him. He pushed the club to
make such
statement, because he has been a wonderful player actually. But at a point, a player isn't bigger than the club. So whatever you are going to do, whatever decision you are going to make, you must make certain decisions quickly so that it won't affect the club, the team as a whole, and the team. Because if he's going, he should come clean, come out straight.
And if you are staying,
if you are staying also, just come out, say you are staying, instead of you wasting time of the club, wasting time of the team generally, and putting their hopes in you. As a whole.
Okay, another update on transfer targets. One of your player, Andres Christensen, has actually been on the news. So far, so good. Barcelona and Bayern Munich are actually looking up to him. He's yet to sign a new contract with Chelsea. Do you see him leaving Stamford Bridge?
I'll just put Andreas Christensen like last 2 seasons, he started coming up to be a wonderful player, a standing defender so far. For him going to Barcelona or Bayern Munich, it's actually a player's choice whether you're going to stay or not. Maybe he thinks there's no place for him in Chelsea, and as for me, I've always said there's always a place for a player under Thomas Tuchel. He's going to use it anyway. He's going to use it at any point in time.
Even this time around, he's using Christian Pulisic as right back.
Yes, he's using Pulisic as to the wing of Reece James. So there's always a place for every player under Thomas Tuchel. So it's on him if he wants to go, and it matters a lot.
Don't you think that Christensen leaving Chelsea will affect the team?
No, probably it's going to affect the team minorly. Let me just put it that way. It's not as if he's an indispensable defender that they can't do without.
Yes.
Even if he goes, Chelsea, I'm very, very sure Chelsea are going to look for another set of player. But I advise him to stay pending the time, because if he goes, he needs to check the type of team he's going to. Barcelona presently are struggling per se, and I don't think there's any way they are going to make any cup, maybe international European cup at the moment. So he needs to stay presently at the club. Maybe the club can offer him something better. And
Okay, I'm still at the Allianz Arena. Their goalkeeper Manenoa is ready to extend his contract. Don't you think it is high time Manenoa leave the stage so that another upcoming talent should just come on board? And you know, there is an English proverb which says, when the ovation is loud, you actually quit the stage.
Manenoa over the years, I think I grew up to know this man as a goalkeeper, and he has been outstanding. Watching Chelsea Bayern Munich in 2012, he pulled really, really some saves out
He
there.
did so exceptional on that day.
From then, so far he has been outstanding, and he's the kind of player. You know, I said the other time.
He also won the World Cup for Germany.
Yes, he has been. He has much cups. I don't think any goalkeeper in the world has cups like he has. Winning with Bayern Munich all over the years.
The Champions League, FIFA
Champions
Club
League,
World Cup,
everything.
World Cup.
He has actually proved himself to be a worthwhile goalkeeper so far. He has been good. I don't think Bayern Munich even has someone else to replace him with. And he's the kind of person that is driven with passion. Because Adibin is the kind of player that I just find I've won a lot of cups, let me just go. No. He's the kind of player, stick with what he's doing, stick with passion to the club. And Adibin, Bayern Munich have seen that type of player and that type of goalkeeper, goal stopper that can replace him. I'm very, very sure they will have done something to change up, but he has still been proving himself, and he extending his contract. I think it's also good for the team as a whole.
Arsenal is actually targeting a Juventus player, Otomelu. And the news just coming in right now that Otomelu is flying to London. Is Otomelu one of the biggest, finest footballer we have? Is there any pleas that Otomelu will fit into Mike Arteta's squad?
You know, Otto, since the time he has been in Barcelona, he has been a wonderful player. Coming to Juventus, I don't think Juventus patterns aligns with his type of football. You can just go to a league and start being a superstar, going to another league. Look at Wana when he was in Bundesliga, being a superstar, coming to England. First season was
another thing entirely.
Yes. Otomelu can actually come to Arsenal and find his rightful place and start showing off what he's actually capable of doing. The midfield of Arsenal at the moment, Zaka, Konga, what's this guy named that came from Atletico Madrid? Yes, Thomas Partey. If Otomelu comes, if he finds his right, I'm very, very sure Arteta knows what he's doing when he called up for this guy to come as a loanee. So probably, I hope he's going to find his rightful place in the team,
and he's going to fight for his own shares.
Yes, or else he's going to go back again to Juventus, back on his loan spell.
Cristiano Ronaldo just got injured and is set to miss Aston Villa match. And Manchester United is already in crisis because a lot of people have been calling for the head of Ragnick. And just yesterday, Ronaldo was telling the board that they should be patient enough with their managers. Now Ronaldo is injured.
No.
What's the fate of Manchester United against Aston Villa? And don't forget, Aston Villa just signed two players, and they are going to play today, which is Lucas Denk and Philippe Coutinho.
It was this same yesterday. Ronaldo was complaining to, I think, the board members also that he's always the player doing coming earlier to the gym, leaving the gym later, so doing extra work as a player in the team.
And yet the team is not progressing. Yeah, exactly. The team is probably seventh on the league.
The one carrying the load of Manchester United, and it's too sad because if you check from the beginning of the season, Ronaldo has the highest goals in Manchester United.
Exactly, has been scoring a lead goal for them.
Like without him being in the game today, it's going to be a real struggling match for Manchester United, because I know Gerrard is the kind of coach who is not going to take any chances. He's going to utilize it, bringing Coutinho on board, bringing Lucas Digne also on board. It's going to be a big boost for Aston Villa because Ronaldo, who's going to be carrying them, is not going to be in the game. Match. So I just hope Manchester United doesn't lose today. Maybe they don't lose guard. Let me just put it out. They don't lose guard.
So we hope
And
Manchester United don't lose guards
guard,
today.
yes.
That's
If-
David Awet.
yeah, if they lose
As Barcelona is trying to sell out Sergio Dest out, and probably Chelsea shows interest, Bayern Munich shows interest. The reason why they want to sell this guy is they want to raise a fund
Yeah.
for a new striker. What has been
Yes, I
happening to
remember.
Barcelona lately these days? Barcelona has been struck with a lot of crises
Yeah.
ever since the departure of Lionel Messi.
Even when Lionel Messi left, before he left rather, you
Yeah.
know Lionel Messi is accepted to cut his
Wages.
yes, wages short just to play for the club. And even with that, they were like, no, you can't stay. Barcelona have been having crisis mainly because Bartomeu, starting from time of Bartomeu being there, I think he mismanaged
The
funds.
funds.
Yeah, spending money. Look at Contillo spending money on Contillo, and now it wasn't productive for them.
Even
Just
Coutinho is on
spending-
loan to
Yes.
to Aston Villa.
now. Since then, I think they've been having crisis, and it has been very, very difficult for Barcelona to come back, to bounce back as a team like Real Madrid, who doesn't care even if they are spending that much. If they sell out or loan out Sergio Dest, I don't still think it's gonna be enough for them to raise, because at the moment, Barcelona need a very, very sharp striker, a very, very sensitive striker such as Haaland. If they can bring him, but they selling out Sergio Dest, and if Chelsea are interested in bringing Sergio Dest,
Just as actually lose on Lucas Digne.
I don't see this player as a kind of fantastic player so far, because Adibin is the kind of player that has been playing tremendously, showing his potential in Barcelona. I don't think they will be like
They want to
sell him
offload
out. Yes, he has not been up to his best so far, and I don't think at the moment Chelsea are ready to take in a type of player that is not going to contribute positively to the team. But let's forget about the fact that Chelsea are on
Definitely.
injury. Yes, Chelsea need the kind of players that are sharp, wise, such as Banchilwell. Forget about the fact that Banchilwell is injured. At the same time, they mustn't use that as an excuse to bring a type of player that's not going to contribute positively to the team. So
let's take a look at Thomas Tuchel yesterday was actually addressing the pressmen, and he said Ben Chilwell, Reece James, Chalobah, and Christensen, they are all out for the match against Manchester City today.
It's actually sad. It's actually sad because these two players, Ben Chilwell and Reece James, they're always giving the sidelines of any opponent a really tough time with their pace, dribbles, shots, everything. It's actually sad for Chelsea, because the type of player the type of team they are going up against today,
It's Manchester City.
A whole Manchester City. Wow.
Well, you guys actually defeated them 3 times last season.
Yeah, we defeated them, but not like this season. Not like this season. They actually won us at our home, to be precise.
Tough.
Yeah, and we're actually with this set of players. Now we are without them. So I'm not actually calling it off for Chelsea, because Chelsea are the type of player the type of team that they can still pull something out of nowhere. But I just hope Tuchel is kind of coach who knows how to make right choices with his players, even with the fact that these guys are not around. Christensen, Chalobah, I still put my trust in him as a coach, that he's still going to prove something better with today's game and help Chelsea set the place toward winning the title Premier League this season.
Okay, I actually want to come into Chelsea, Manchester City games today. You know, this season, the first season, it was 1-0, despite the fact that Chelsea actually played one of the finest football on that day. But, it was another way round.
Yeah, it was a deflection.
Yes, it was 1-0. Now, this time, despite the fact that the injuries and some other things have struck the team, what's the chance of Chelsea? Let's look at it from the goalkeeping side. Eduardo Mendy is not around. From defensive line to the midfield line to the forward line, and quite number of time, both Lukaku and Werner have not been scoring for Chelsea. It should be the midfield or probably the defense, or even it is Jorginho scoring a lot of penalties this time around.
Starting from Kepa, Kepa also, we can't write him off.
Kepa against Ederson.
Forget about the fact that Eduardo Mendy came and benched him off. Look at against Tottenham, it was actually superb. Kepa was superb, pulling off Kane, Sons, football. We can't write Kepa off at the moment. We can say he might not perform today, and he should be outstanding today as a keeper. Coming to the defense line, also we have Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and I'm very sure he's going to lose Aspilicueta as a fullback today. This set of players also, they are just like a threat toward any attacking opposition. Also coming to our midfield, I'm very sure he's going to use Odoi on the right wing. He's going to use probably Kante and Kovacic in midfield. And then he's going to use Marcos Alonso. The problem Chelsea is going to have today is going to be with Alonso, because they know Alonso is a kind of sluggish player against Mahrez. Mahrez fine is not around. Look at maybe Bernardo Silva or the likes. Manchester City have a fast set of team. They play as if tomorrow is not going to come. They are too fast with their football. And if you are a kind of team that is going to be loose guarding all the time, they are going to take their chances, and that's what Liverpool did against Chelsea. When they noticed they couldn't use the side of Rudiger, Chalobah again, they switched to Marcos Alonso. And if you would notice, it was from there the second goal came on board. Chelsea need to look for a kind of a player today that is going to reinforce Alonso at the left wing back, and coming to the front, he's going to use 3-4-3 formation. I hope he's going to use probably Pulisic, Mount, and he's going to use Lukaku up front. This set of players also, they are also good. Toward today's match, I'm not going to give a win to Manchester City or Chelsea. I'm just going to
Because
put
they
it.
are free, the two teams are free scoring.
Yes, they can. Yeah, they can score at any time. Let me just put it on a draw, because Chelsea today against Manchester.
David is also giving this to his team that they are going to play draw against Manchester City at this afternoon in the early kickoff. Brighton actually played a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace yesterday. Spurs against Arsenal. Even Arsenal is actually calling for cancellation of this match. What's wrong with Arsenal? And coming at the back that Tottenham was defeated twice against Chelsea.
First, Tottenham won't take it easy on Arsenal. I won't say maybe Arsenal are afraid. Probably, I'm very sure that's not the case. There's always going to be a reason why they are calling.
Which was due to COVID-19 and some other stuff.
There's going to be a reason why they are calling for a postponement of the game. And I don't think the Football Association in England are going to listen to such, because Chelsea did that too against Leeds. They were begging that they should postpone the match, but no. But probably today, if the match is still going to hold, I think Arsenal need to...
Well, actually, match has actually been postponed. Burnley against Leicester.
Probably because of COVID-19. I think the rate of COVID-19 now is spreading. I don't know why it's spreading too much nowadays. I don't understand.
And especially in England.
Coming to Tottenham and Arsenal today, if probably Tottenham don't want to lose on coming up to the top 6 in the Premier League, I think they will have to win against Arsenal. And if you look at Arsenal also, what they played against Liverpool, fine, they were now too outstanding, but Arsenal too is they are kind of team which we can't just write off at the moment. And they are actually fighting seriously to be in the top 4 also. They don't want to drop any point at the moment. I'm very sure today. I can't give it to any of them. Let me just put it at a go. Anybody scores.
Anybody scores. Barcelona are targeting now 4 players this summer who are out of contract. Anthony Rudiger, Christensen, Cesar Azpilicueta, and Niklas Süle. Azpilicueta has done wonderfully well for Chelsea. He's one of the most decorated captains when it comes to the shirt of Chelsea. Do you see Chelsea leaving this man all alone? Same with Anthony Rudiger. We've actually discussed about Christensen, but Rudiger, Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta I've said that he's the kind of player that is always committed to his team, committed to playing football perfectly.
The most decorated captain of all time.
Yes, and he's a captain. I think Barcelona need to look somewhere else at the moment, because I don't think Chelsea are ready to leave him, and I don't think he's ready to leave Chelsea.
Chelsea too.
It's a two-way something. So I think Barcelona
a covenant between the two.
Yes. Look at since when he has been playing. I've known Cesar Azpilicueta since when he has been playing 3, because when he came to Chelsea, he was actually playing 3. Meanwhile, Ivanovic was playing on 2. Probably Barcelona need to face somewhere else. And coming to Antonio Rudiger at the moment too. Tuchel said something, I think 2 days ago, that there's always a place for Rudiger, and I am very sure they're going to look for something to do and keep him with the team. And as Christensen, probably it's not a good option for him to leave. And if Barcelona are going to turn to Sule too, Bayern Munich should be ready to look for a replacement, and I don't think they've got one at the moment. So probably Barcelona, I think they should look for another set of players because no player, I don't think any player will be willing to go to a type of team that is really struggling. They don't want to maybe a player that just won the Champions League and then the Champions League again, and they should be
I'm
thinking they
playing
want to leave a club that is in the Champions League to go to a type of team
Europa
that's not.
League.
Yes,
But
no,
actually,
no,
that's not
no,
possible.
it's not
In
possible.
today in English Premier League, Manchester City will be hosting Chelsea by 1:30 p.m. While Newcastle will also be hosting Watford at 4 p.m. We have a lot of 4 p.m. matches. Everton will be hosting. Norwich City will be sluggishing it out with Everton, while Wolves and Southampton Wanderers will be trying to lock on together. Aston Villa against Manchester United today by 6:30. To French League One, we have Saint-Etienne against Lens. And also Paris Saint-Germain will be hosting Brest. In German Bundesliga, we have FC Cologne against Bayern Munich today. Mainz against Bochum, Stuttgart against RS Leipzig, Union Berlin against Hoffenheim, Wolfsburg against Hertha Berlin, Borussia Mönchengladbach will be hosting Bayern Leverkusen. In Italian Serie A, Sampdoria against Torino, Slematani will be hosting Lazio, while Juventus will be hosting Udinese. In the Netherlands leagues, we have Feyenoord against Arms. In the African Cup of Nations, our darling Super Eagles against Sudan by 5 p.m. While by 8 p.m., Guinea-Bissau and Egypt will try to slug it out against themselves. David, it's nice to have you on board today. I hope next time when we call you, you will honor our invitations.
Sure,
A words to our viewers at home.
Thank you very much, Avi. Thank you very much, AYOGEN TV, for bringing me on the program today. I want everybody to sit back, watch Manchester United game versus Chelsea, watch Nigeria game, watch Manchester United game. Even though Manchester United is going to probably lose, probably I won't say they are going to win, and Chelsea too. I won't say they are going to win, but I'm just putting the draw on them. Just sit back, enjoy the game, please. Don't fight, don't argue too much. Don't argue too much in your sports house. Just be happy, enjoy the game, and also please and please don't forget to keep watching AYOGEN TV. Just subscribe to YouTube, Facebook. We are good, and keep watching sports updates. Thank you very much, HB, for having me today. I'm very happy.
It's nice to have you too, you and Tolulope Emmanuel. Until next time that I will still come your way. But before I leave, I would quickly like to appreciate John. Mr. John is my director for today. He's the one I'm putting it up and down. And to every other individual in the house, CK, Franklin, Bleeding Pen, Tosin, those are my crew members. And to our able director, Mr. Falegan, thanks for coming. Our boss is a Liverpool fans. May you never walk alone, sir. Till next time that I will still come your way, I'm Adeus Oladeji Habib. Keep doing sports always.